Apparently somebody has a surprise for me.
I want to preface this by saying this is me participating. This is my participation trophy.
Oh my god.
May the force be with you.
I'm a big fan.
I already have questions, okay? Do we want
As you can see,
You know what? Welcome to another episode of Popcorn and Opinions.
may the force be with you. I'm very excited about this. I am a Star Wars fan, as you can see from my Lego Star Wars on my beautiful laundry machine.
Oh my!
I even put
you
a
know
green
what?
light on them.
Every
That's
background
hundreds of dollars worth of Legos.
You know what
I'm a
though? I will
child.
say I have a new appreciation for that demonstration now, watching and knowing the characters. Before they were, it was just like, look at my figurines.
I have a this was a gift to me, and it says my name on it, and it's the bounty hunter, and it's where, so when I was in the army, I had a sergeant that gave me the nickname JardoFett, and I loved it so much because it was, like, it's Star Wars related. It's a play on my name. Like, there's just, so obviously I loved it deeply. And so now, ever since I was given that nickname, now Boba Fett is my favorite character. And like
Oh
the
my
whole
Lord.
bounty hunter, part of the series is like,
Please, you might need to pull up some of these characters.
I got you.
You might need to
Boba,
pull up
like,
some of these characters to make sure that I can ensure we're talking about the same people.
so Boba Fett makes his first appearance in The Empire Strikes Back. When Darth Vader enlists the bounty hunters to get the Millennium Falcon and everyone in it. Hold on. There it is. Share.
I felt
forgot how to
this
share
was a
screen.
great movie to take a nap to. If you want to, if you want to fall asleep easily, but
Do you
I
at
will
least remember
say,
this scene?
open it up.
Who's it's can I
It all
zoom in
felt like
on it?
one long movie, Yvette. I was like, Jesus, this thing never ends. It was, you know what? I'm giving it way more crap than it's not my speed. It's not that bad, though. If you have to say it's
No,
not
this is
that bad, no. It genuinely, I can see how the
It's not bad at
storyline,
all.
I can so see how the storyline is timeless, how people can fall in love with these characters. I don't understand how this movie was created in any other order than the order that you told me to watch it in. I can't imagine being in the 70s like, Jesus, how did we get here?
Listen, Star Wars is a phenomenal franchise. It has withstood the test of time, okay? But you got to think, the original Star Wars came out in the 80s? Let's find out. I forget.
No.
Yeah.
It had to be in the
Star
70s.
Wars. You could actually be right about that.
Because the one that I watched came out in 77. The first one I watched was A New
Wow.
Hope.
So that's A New
77.
Hope, yeah. That's A
So
New
it
Hope.
had to be at least in the 70s, maybe the
Whoa.
60s.
Let me stop sharing so everyone can see how dumb I am at
Oh.
Googling.
It's all right. Everybody uses AI. Mostly people don't know how to read now.
Yeah, dude, seriously.
Honestly,
oh my God,
with the-
1977. You're right. You're right.
Okay.
Wow.
So I will say, if the literature rates are as low as they are, people might not be able to get through. The new generation's definitely not getting through Star Wars. But
It's so good. What are you talking about?
it is. It was good. It was good. I like knowing, I guess, that they were like, because obviously I know some spoilers. Spoiler alert.
Okay, first of
There.
all, we are talking strictly about. Hold on. Let me preface all
Okay,
of this,
preface it all.
Yeah. So, as me and Darian had, I don't know if we mentioned this last week, but we talked about, talking about the OG Star Wars. So, and we talked behind the scenes about, the OG Star Wars is 4, 5, and 6, right? Obviously, the first one came out in '77. And that's A New Hope. Then it's The Empire Strikes Back, and then it's Return of the Jedi. And so those are the original. That's the original trilogy. Then, and that's obviously before our generation. Me and Darian were born in the '90s, so our movies are 1, 2, and 3. And then the new age ones are 7, 8, and 9, which would be like my kids' generation of Star Wars. So just preface all that, right? I enjoyed. I remember Dad taking us to see. I don't know if we saw all three, 1, 2, and 3, or if we just saw like 2 of the 3, But I remember going to the movies with Dad and seeing it, and Darian could not care less. It was honestly not much has changed. If you've seen the short that I made of going to the movies with DarienisLoud, like going to the movies with her as an event. She made a statement in the theater of like, this movie sucked. I didn't see Dumbledore once. Obviously being funny. She didn't actually think we were going to see Harry Potter, okay?
I wish we were. I wanted to see Dumbledore. I was like, where's Dumbledore?
You're mixing so many stories. I hate you right now.
There's a lot happening here.
You did the Chewbacca sound, the Dumbledore. Next, you're going to be like, where's the ring everyone's talking about?
Yeah, where's the precious thing they're looking for? Throw in some Game of Thrones in there and be like, the winter is coming. Just really throw people off the scent.
Oh my God. Yeah. So Darian is not the nerd out of the two of us. I am. I'm a big Star Wars fan. I'm a big Harry Potter fan. I'm also a big fan of Back to the Future. I have the DeLorean Lego set, but we will talk about that another day.
Ooh, Back to the Future is
at least you can tolerate that one. Like Michael J.
Really
Fox.
get into that with you.
Okay, maybe next week we'll instead of doing a month of Star Wars, because I just don't think Darian can handle it.
No,
we'll
it's
just
fun.
We'll do some throwbacks. We'll throw in some Back to the Future, and I don't know, maybe some Harry Potter or something like that. But we won't make her suffer through the other 9 movies.
9? Jesus.
There's 9 movies in total, and that's not even including the spin-off shows or anything like that, or Rogue One or anything like that. That's not even including like.
I feel like I'm being way harsher than it needs to be. Like, I genuinely like. I enjoyed ish. I enjoyed it ish. Like, it was cool. Like, I wasn't like, oh my fucking Star Wars, what do you mean? Like, but it was cool, and I can see how it's a timeless story plot.
Look.
I loved I actually felt like R2D2 was giving me Wally vibes. Like, I was like, wait, help him. Like,
first of all, R2D2 was around before Wally, so
I know
anything,
that
Wally gave you R2D2 vibes.
Okay, my bad. The phrasing, let me put some respect on his little butt ass. But
I have R2D2. Hold on, I will get him, and you will apologize to his face.
Oh, my bad. Oh my gosh, Wally, you're okay.
You fucking ass.
I'm sorry. Let me apologize. Bring him back. Bring him back. Bring him back in here. Get over here. I'm sorry. You are the OG. These other bitches don't even know. It's you against somebody else.
Woo.
Aw.
When he whistles, I can't do it. Mwah. You're precious.
Aw.
This thing
Gently.
also because it's the 25th anniversary Lego set, and it came with like all sorts of like pieces that you could add to it, like the little thing that comes out and the probe and whatnot. So
Because, okay, I thought that was like, I thought it was weird, or not weird. Again, let me preface this by saying,
this is so great.
I might be all over the place, so you can guide me through my ignorance.
No, this is perfect because I love it, and like you're brand new to it, so you have no like, there's no emotional ties. So this is so perfect.
Yeah, but like some OG person's watching this right now, like this fucking ignorant, stupid, bunned bitch. Like,
At least you did the hair.
like, my bad.
No, you'll be fine.
Well, the guy. I swear to God, I need a cast list. Luke gets up in here and he's all like, let me polish this puppy off and try to fix it. And then a message comes out, right? Mm-hmm. And you know what I'm talking about? No. In the New Hope, the foot. So I get, he pops out with that. My new mic.
I wasn't expecting that.
You maybe put this one away, kid. Thank you. Okay. So Luke pops out, God. Right? And he's all like, yo, Wally Sr., let me clear you up, right? I got you. Uh-huh. So he's doing that. And then all of a sudden, he gets like a little notification from his little OnlyFans account. And it's like, y'all, somebody help a bitch out. Help me out. I got money on the line. And he's like, whoa, wait a minute. We got to find the whole message. That bitch is kind of hot. It's his sister. And I knew that when he's like, ooh, let's like save my hot
It was not
sister.
that sexualized, okay? Like,
yeah, well, he was excited when he was like, wow, she's gorgeous. She's amazing. I'm like, y'all are definitely connected in other ways, but that's fine. So,
All right.
Then homeboy over there is like, you know what? I need the money. Let's go save this chick. And they just like run up in there, and she's like, oh my gosh. Well, you're not the boss of me. I'm the freaking boss. My buns. You're gonna listen to me and my buns. All right. I know how to get out of here. And then they, the rest of the running around, shooting up, going through the galaxy.
That was a great synopsis. I appreciate that so much.
Well, I felt like there was a lot of filler. I'm like, speak.
Filler?
Well, like,
filler?
Not filler. Like, I just felt like I'm like, these long waits to get to the next scene. And I'm like.
It was cinematic.
Yes, I appreciate that. I did.
So let me just ask you. So did you watch all three? Honestly, did you watch all three? Even if you fell asleep?
No.
Which ones did you watch?
I watched the first one in full and pieces of the second.
Okay, all right. I respect your honesty. Okay. So of 1 and 2, which one was your favorite?
Probably 1 because I saw most of it. I saw all of it versus 2. I'd wake up.
I guess that was a dumb question. You just woke up during Empire Strikes Back, like, what's happening?
I was like, wow, there's a lot of lightsabers. Oh,
okay,
it's like a fucking bad dream that never ended. But I will say, almost like honestly, it was hard for me to take it seriously because I've seen too much Family Guy. So
I was gonna get there. I thought about texting you this week and being like, honestly, if you wanted to just fake it and watch the Family Guy trilogy, you'll get the storyline from just the Family Guy trilogy.
Bro, let's do that next week. That's one I can get down with.
Side by side. Yeah, they're like 30 minutes a pop. I think that's less than one movie of Star Wars. You can watch all 3 in the same time it took you to watch one Star Wars.
Okay, because I don't think the analysis can truly be given if the whole assignment wasn't necessarily completed. But I love this because I want to pick your little dorky brain, okay?
Yes.
And I want to hear about it. Here, actually.
Right. I got the bottle this time. Oh, I hate you. I hate you.
Just because she loves ASMR, I like catch her all the time, just constantly with it. That you gotta stop with that.
And I got my earbuds in too, so it's like literally in my soul.
You're like I can taste it. You're like burping for me.
Dude. All right. So of the three, I would probably rank it 5, 6, and 1. And that might be a little controversial.
Of the three. Okay, 5.
Yeah. So Empire Strikes Back, Return of the Jedi, and then A New Hope is how I would rank it. This is one of those movies where the sequel is actually better than the first one.
Really?
Yeah, because I mean the second one you have much more quotable lines. You know what I mean? In the second, oh no, I can't say that because one of my favorite scenes in the first one is at the beginning when Obi-Wan Kenobi is like they're driving through to get to town before they meet Han Solo. They're driving into town on Tatooine and they run into the stormtroopers that are looking for the droids, R2-D2 and C-3PO. And he's like, are these your droids or whatever? And he's like, these aren't the droids you're looking for. Like, dude, that's the best scene right there. And it's like, I think the reason why I like that scene so much is because, again, when I was in the Army, like, I was in a signal unit, so it was a lot of fucking nerds, you know what I mean? So they were all Star Wars fans. They were all, you know, like, we would quote them a lot, you know? So they were all Back to the Future fans as well. Like, we'd be like, oh, like, flux capacitors down. Like,
I can't.
You know what I mean? Yeah, so there, but one of the things that my first sergeant used to say all the time was like, oh, you know, if somebody, because like we would have like a lot of cool shit and people like like other officers would see us and be like, what is that? Like, oh, we want that set up. So like he'd be like, we got to do the Jedi mind tricks and be like, these aren't the droids you're looking for. You know what I mean? So we wouldn't get roped into doing stupid shit, you know? So he would quote it so often, it's now become like one of my favorite scenes. But the reason the second one is so much better is because that's when you finally find out that Darth Vader is Anakin Skywalker, is Luke Skywalker's father, you know? And as well with Empire Strikes Back, that's when you meet Yoda, you know?
Well, wait, before we get too far, I feel like that's like the first like ever official ball drop baby daddy like whoa moment in theaters that was like respectable, I guess, you know? He was like, where you been, Dad? That milk another galaxy away. You just clearly.
In Anakin's defense, he did not know the children existed.
Baby, mommy issues. Got it. That's why he likes his sister. Continue.
So, they didn't know that, you know, he thought his dad was dead. The dad didn't know that his girl had kids, and she had twins. She had Luke and she had Leia, and for some reason Leia got adopted and Luke got sent to live on the farm with his aunt and uncle. Leia got adopted into royalty. She's like, the king and queen were like, we'll take this one. Do what you want with the boy.
So he kissed his twin?
Yeah, his twin sister. Yeah.
That makes it 1,000 times worse.
What? The Island Boys did it and they made millions. Why can't...
Oh my gosh. The Island. Oh my gosh. No. Okay. I'm also traumatized from seeing those two idiots make out. Imagine you're just like going through the galaxy. There's out of all the fucking galaxies of people and things.
I know he's never kissed a woman in his life, and the first woman he kisses is his sister.
Bro, that's like kissing yourself low key because it's like half of you. So
that's what the Island Boys said.
Less incesty and
that's
more
what the
masturbation-y.
Do you realize like what your argument there is literally what one of the Island Boys said? He's like, we're twins, so it's like kissing yourself really. Like I was like, oh, this is worse. You're making it worse.
I was being sarcastic.
He
This
was
is a
being for
valid
real.
point to use as an argument. Hilarious. I mean, with that many tattoos on their face, and they literally like full like, I'm island back, just trying
Uh,
to make it. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
So,
those poor bad. One of them's like in this third stint in rehab in like less than a year.
wait, I don't want to go too far on the island, boy. We could talk about
Yeah,
them
yeah,
any day.
yeah.
So, homeboy is making out with his twin. Got you. That makes it worse.
Yep.
But it explains why he's like, I'm just so drawn to her, but he didn't know because he's never.
What that draw was. Yeah,
Hmm.
exactly. So the first three films, which is A New Hope, The Empire Strikes Back, and Return of the Jedi, is the original trilogy and is known as the Skywalker saga, because
Okay.
that's where you learn about Luke and all that.
Hmm.
Um, so in the Family Guy, because I'm a real fan, not only did I watch all three movies this week, and The Empire Strikes Back I watched twice this week. I also watched the Family Guy, Star Wars 1 and 2. Not I didn't watch the third one. But I mean I have seen it, but like I didn't watch it this week. I watched 1 and 2 this week, and they made a funny statement in that where he was like, where Harrison Ford, who plays Han Solo, he's like, and I'm the only one whose career isn't stunted by this movie. It was like, and it's so true. He's the only face that you actually know. You know what I mean? You don't know Luke Skywalker. You don't outside of Star Wars. You don't know Princess Leia outside of Star Wars, but you know Han Solo. From a bunch of movies. Get off my plane and clear and present danger and that kind of shit. You know what I mean? Um,
You totally lost me there.
those are Harrison Ford movies.
Got you. Okay.
Yeah.
These aren't
Um,
Han Solo quotes. These are just, it's about the actor, not the character at this point. I was just assuming. Okay.
you're like, when does he say get off my plane?
Yeah, I was like, spacecraft. This is what it likes. This is what it's like to do a fucking YouTube channel with a moron.
So because you didn't see the third one, you don't know about the Ewoks. Those the little teddy bear looking guys.
I've heard of
I'll
them.
go.
I've definitely heard of
Yeah,
them. Pull it up. Let me see. Why don't we make this more of a
Ewoks.
you tell me about? I feel like I didn't do my due diligence. I didn't hold up my part of the bargain.
Nah, you're good, dude. This is an Ewok. They're adorable. Ewoks look like if Shih Tzus
And a
started.
sloth had a baby. Stop.
They just look like if Shih Tzus
Oh
like
my
started walking
gosh,
upright.
they're so cute.
Yeah. So those are Ewoks, and you see them in the third, or depending on how you look at it, you see that in Return of the Jedi when they battle the Empire. Um, yeah, it's all good stuff. One of the Do you remember in Family Guy when the when they did the Empire Strikes Back, so the second Star Wars movie, when towards the end they look at Lando, who's played by Mort, the Jewish guy. They look at Lando. He's like, "Are you wearing Han's clothes?" And he's like, "Go back and watch the film again." At the end of the movie, he's wearing Han's clothes. It's so weird, and that is like I never noticed it until I watched it again. This was like ages ago. I never noticed it until I watched it again, and he 100% is wearing Han Solo's clothes in that scene, and it's so weird. Like, it's such a weird. Like, Lando has his own clothes when he gets on the ship, and then for some reason he gets on the ship and raids Han Solo's closet, and is like, since I'm flying the ship, I'm gonna wear Han Solo's clothes.
Been looking for a fresh pair of undies.
Like, it's so random, dude. It's so random, but it's so true.
I love in movies when you see like an editor's like mistake or a cut that's like I see it in there. Like a really
Yeah.
random one is in the end of First Wives Club when they're
Oh yeah.
dancing at the end
You
and all
don't
of a sudden they're
know
wearing different
me.
shoes.
Yeah, Goldie Hawn. Yeah, yeah, that was funny. Um, yeah. So I think Boba Fett, because of his name, is probably my favorite character. Um, my least favorite character would be So here's the thing. He annoyed this character annoys the hell out of me. However, I you need him. You need him. Like I wouldn't get rid of him, and that would be big man over there, C-3PO.
Wait, why do you feel like you want to get rid of him?
I don't want to get rid of him. That he has to be part of the story. You know what I mean? Like he just annoys me. You know, because
Why?
he's always like he never shuts the fuck up. You know what I mean? And there's actually one scene where he's telling Han Solo, he's like, you can't do that, or oh, the probability of surviving this is blah blah blah, and like he's like stressing him out in this already high stress situation, and he goes, shut him up or shut him down, like.
If only people worked like that.
But it's so true. Like he never shuts the hell up. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And he's like like he's like an old lady, you know what I mean? Like he's like, oh no, always clutching his pearls. You know
Oh my
what I
gosh,
mean?
yes, but I feel like it's like, the burning building, right? And he's like the 180 who's gonna be like, well, that's quite hot. How are we gonna do that? You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's like we know it's on fire. We're working on
Yeah.
it. Like,
Thank you for that with your silver leg.
oh, you
Do you-
noticed the silver leg?
Well, there's a Mandela effect about this silver leg, and I wanted to get your opinion specifically on this. Okay.
Okay.
Half the
All right.
people say that it wasn't a thing. Half the people say that it's always been a thing. How do you remember it?
It's always been a thing. He
Yeah.
gets a silver leg at some point.
Okay.
I just
So I don't even know
can't.
why people think that it's
I
not
can't
even
pinpoint exactly when he gets the silver leg, but he 100% gets the silver leg at some point. I would imagine it's after the second one, because it has to be some point in Empire Strikes Back. So between Empire Strikes Back, when he gets torn apart, when they go to visit Lando, and when he gets put back together, he has to have gotten a silver leg somewhere in between there. He doesn't have it in the first one, in A New Hope. But in Empire Strikes Back, he gets torn apart So in the second one, Hans, Leia, C-3PO, and Chewbacca, they all they get off. They have to escape Hoth, where they had their rebel base. So the Empire finds their rebel base on Hoth, which is an ice planet, right? And then Luke hops into his spaceship and goes to the Dagobah system to go see Yoda. Hans, Leia, Chewbacca, and C-3PO take off and evacuate, right? Like they go with the evacuation plan, but Luke goes to do his own thing. So when they go to escape, they lose they lose the ability to jump into light speed. Like they can't. One of their space, the Millennium Falcon, is dysfunctional for some reason. So that's when they go into the asteroid field, and they go into the asteroid field, and that's when he's like, shut him up or shut him down. You know what I mean? And if you remember from Family Guy, that's when they they land on like an asteroid, or what they think is an asteroid, and they go into this cave, and that's when Peter keeps shooting. He's like, wait a minute, and it like rumbles, and he's like, hold on, and he shoots. Do you know that scene? So he does it like 50 times, and that's kind of how the actual scene is. So they escape that, but they still can't jump into hyperspeed. So evade the Empire, and they decide, okay, like we can go to Cloud City and meet up with Landau. So they meet up with him, and they don't know that Landau is in cahoots with the Empire. So Darth Vader got there before them and made a deal with Landau and was like, hey, like these guys are going to come here, you're going to make believe everything's cool and we're going to capture them, right? So when that happens, C-3PO is like walking by himself into this closet basically, and he sees danger. He sees the stormtroopers, and so they rip him apart, and they're about to throw him into the furnace, but Chewbacca finds him and throws him into a backpack, like all of his pieces, and has him in the backpack. You know what I mean? Then so they get captured, and Hans ends up gets carbon frozen or whatever into this black slab, and he's just and that's when he gets sent to Jabba the Hutt, and then you get into the
Jabba the Hutt. Oh my gosh, yeah. Family Guy.
yeah. It's
I remember
fantastic.
Family Guy, Jabba the Hutt. I don't know none about Star Wars Jabba the Hutt.
Hold on, I'll show.
Hit the giggles that arise because it is that funny. See, Family Guy's classic. No, I'm kidding. Don't insult Star Wars like that. The name is classic and timeless, to be honest, though. Oh my gosh, bro. I'm actually very excited to rewatch the Family Guy one. Just seeing the characters, Joe. They always do some shit with Joe.
I know. But that's when Meg comes up, so when they go into that asteroid or whatever and they escape, Meg comes up and he's like, how come I never have any lines in this? And he flies back over, he's like, shut up, Meg.
Shut up, away. Meg.
But so it had to have happened somewhere between when he got torn apart and when he gets put back together for the Jedi Returns.
Actually, for all the all that they did in this movie as far as effects and stuff, kind of impressive for the 70s. Or maybe I'm just ignorant because I was obviously, it looks a little dated, right? But I was impressed with, their special effects. I was like, okay.
Yeah, they basically used toy models, and you bring the camera up close so it looks big, and then it's
wow, that actually makes me appreciate it more because it definitely looks better than toy models.
Yeah, that's how they did. They just on strings or whatever.
You know that South Park started off like that, right? Where it was just moving little pieces of paper until they created the whole episode.
Yeah, the little pieces of construction paper, yeah.
Mm-hmm. So sometimes, and I think it was even Steven Spielberg in one of his first movies where it was a war movie, and essentially the way that they had one of the bombs go off was that the guy stepped on a piece of wood that would shoot the dirt into the air and all that, simple ways that filmmakers have really been able to bring a movie to life with using very minimal or just their brain, right? Rather than spending a bunch of big budget on something.
Yeah, the creativity is insane, how they do these things, I respect it. And with Star Wars, coming out in the 70s and later on in the 80s, that film, I mean, that's why that film was so popular, you know what I mean? This was amazing, this
But I mean, even then, I didn't even really, Star Wars seemed just like a phrase to me, and maybe this is going to make me sound like a complete idiot because I'm over here, that's a good ass title. Because I've never really watched it, gave a fuck about these characters or something. I'm like, wow, this really is timeless. I can see why people are still talking about it.
And they keep building off of it, you know what I mean? The Mandalorian on Disney, that's a hit. They got
I did watch The Mandalorian, the new ones that came out.
Oh
Well,
yeah,
not new. What he came out a couple years ago, a few years ago now.
yeah, yeah. It's gotta be a while now.
In my brain, it's still like 2022, but I understand we're in 2026.
Grogu. That's what the little baby Yoda is. 2019. So it's been almost 7 years
Wow.
since The Mandalorian came out.
Mandalorian, cute ass little Mandalorian. I'll put
And
him in
the
my little
and
pocket.
the Mandalorian's the big guy.
Oh, I'm thinking, my bad. I'm thinking of,
Baby Yoda.
thank you, Baby Yoda!
But I guess his real name is Grogu.
Little Baby Yoda.
But yeah, they have so much spin-off with it, you know what I mean? I mean, even Robot Chicken came out with a Star Wars thing.
I never got into Robot Chicken.
I never got into it either, but I only know it because Family Guy mentioned it.
You know,
But
they
it
don't
does.
actually, I don't think Cartoon Network even has a website anymore.
What?
Pretty sure they closed down their website. I think I remember it was like 2 years ago or so. They made an announcement.
No, I'm. Hi there. Thanks for visiting. They have a website. I'm looking at it right now.
They announced, let me see what, maybe it was that they weren't going to be putting new content in it. Let me see.
All their shit is on HBO Max now, which is good for
Oh,
me.
yeah, that's what it is. They got rid of, end of their subscription. So they got rid of like, not
Their
necessarily their
streaming
site,
service.
but like, yeah, their streaming service. Yeah, and it was 2 years ago,
Hmm.
as of August 2024.
Yeah, that makes sense. Because nobody's signing up for just Cartoon Network. I mean, let's be real. You know what I mean? But I would sign up for another platform that aired Cartoon Network stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I guess. I mean,
But I'm not. I wouldn't sign up for Cartoon Network streaming services just to watch just to
put me on
watch
Cartoon
cartoon.
Network. I just want to watch some Dexter.
Oh yes, dude.
Dexter's Laboratory. You got to be, a little more specific.
So you would say, oh yeah, that's right, because Dexter, the serial killer. Yeah, I
Very.
forgot about that. Yeah, Well, I immediately because we were talking about Cartoon Network when you said Dexter, I immediately thought of Cartoon Dexter, not Showtime Dexter. But thank you for
They're
the
both
clarification.
redheads.
They are.
The
I'm
crazy
looking at little
sister.
Dexter.
I see a premise.
Holy shit, that's crazy. That's wild, dude. Did you read that somewhere? Is that how that came up to your mind so quickly?
No, that's just me observing, just me thinking.
What was Dexter's sister's name?
And the Dexter,
No,
Dexter, let me
Dexter's
drink your blood,
Laboratory.
Dexter.
No, Dexter's Laboratory.
Oh, Dee Dee.
It was.
Uh,
Damn, kid. What? All right. So, but then Dexter Morgan is Deb. That's his sister.
Deb and Dee
Yeah.
Dee.
That's wild. That's
You
wild.
want to keep going?
My brain hurts. I'm gonna have an aneurysm.
You're like, wait, you're right.
All these connections, dude. That's so crazy.
The chart.
You're gonna see me with like a chart with like a bunch of yarn and string fucking connecting everything.
Listen. All right. For the 3.5 viewers that we have, listen. I think I need to pick the next movie. I think I do.
Yes. I
Yep.
made you watch Star Wars, so
Yeah,
yes.
but you know what? Let's do this because this is a nice little. You're giving me the lowdown. I've seen the first and some bits and pieces. I think we need to revisit this at the end of the month. Give me the whole month
Okay.
to get through all three, okay? and and then I can actually have a better analysis and give an actual real rating. But I want to hear, since that the lack thereof, right? I want to hear your ratings of the three, okay? As far
Okay.
as you, I mean, you rated them in order of what you like. So reiterate the order. uh, you can name them all like the as a whole, scale to 1 to 10, and then how well you think Family Guy was able to correlate that and where
Oh,
you
this
would
is
rate
good.
that. But Family Guy gets a different rating because think about like, the innuendos and obviously the comedy and how they were able to tie in Family Guy's characters into that storyline. You get what I'm saying? Kind of like all encompassing of that when you think about the rating for Family Guy.
Okay. So, all right. So for 4, 5, and 6, which is the originals, um, 4 I would give. I'm gonna have to write it down as I'm doing it. So
Yeah.
I think for 4 I would give it an 8.2.
Wow.
5 gets a 9, solid 9, and then 6 would have to be an 8.8. Very close to Empire Strikes Back. But
Wow.
first
That
of all,
actually,
I'm a fan.
clearly.
So, you know what I mean? Because I'm a fan, of course you're going to get a high score from me. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, so I'm always upfront about my biases on my ratings because you got to know who you're getting this information from. I am a Star Wars fan. I'm a nerd. I get real excited about Star Wars stuff. As you can tell by my Legos, they're my favorite Legos to put together. I also have a lot of Harry Potter Legos, but that could be a conversation for another day. I have all of Hogwarts, just saying. And it's
All right, relax, Dumbledore. Fucking Professor Snape in this bitch.
and actually, I'm gonna need this podcast to take off so I can start making some money because I already got my eye on the Death Star and it's almost $1,000. Yeah, the Lego set, but I
Oh,
want
so
it
you
in the
buy
worst.
this astronomically and then it's not even ready? You gotta put it
Yeah,
together.
that's the
You're
best
like,
part is
let me
putting it
buy all
together.
those pieces. You can fucking I don't know. It's giving like you're building a house,
I wish I could build my house from Legos. That would be the best.
I think that's funny that you're like, I'm gonna spend $1,000 on Legos, like put like
You haven't seen this
15,000
Death
pieces
Star.
together. Let me see it.
Yo,
Pull. Actually, yes, please pull it up. I want to see. I want to see what $1,000 worth of Legos looks like.
I want to see what $1,000 worth of Legos looks like.
I can't. It don't even come made. Let me see. Let me see what you're building.
God. Oh my God, that was funny. All right. I
No,
really
I'm so
want this
serious.
too.
I'm so serious too.
I really want this in the worst way.
All right, let me see. Can you zoom in?
Yeah.
The fuck am I looking at?
Hold on. You know what? Let me zoom out. Let me click on this. I want to click on this one. Here it is. And it has, look, you got the little ship in there where they load in and everything. They got different rooms. They got the Death Star laser. Oh, and you can buy accessories to like these lights that you can put in it so it glows and like it lights up.
How
And
big
it's
is
got
that approximately? Like
it's
the
big.
size
It's
of
big.
Oh.
It's big.
Oh,
It's like
okay.
the size of my. It's like the size of my torso, up and down.
I was gonna say the size of a basketball. It's like the size of my fucking torso. Like,
No, it's really big. It's really, really big.
oh,
Hold
this
on.
box right here
So
is a
that's
thousand.
this. Let me just show you. Look at this. Look at this. It shows
Wow.
Obi-Wan and Darth Vader fighting from the
Oh,
scene that you should know from the first one. Han's in the control room when he's like talking to the guy. Oh, and the little when they almost died in the trash compactor.
oh. Okay, this is actually kind of cool. I love how they all have their 70s hair.
Look and see now you can see in comparison to this black man here. I really want it.
Wait a minute, hold on.
Bad.
Where are you putting these things? Like,
I would put it on my nightstand if my wife
you're like,
would
I'm
let me.
kicking my oldest out.
As soon as my daughter moves out. As soon as my daughter moves out, it's gonna be my Lego room.
You're like, we might put her up just to get some Lego money in this house.
I love that he's playing with the toys.
I like he's so happy that actually he looks sad compared to how you're let them put you in that ad.
Show true joy. Oh my god, it has the Empire when the Emperor when they're fighting.
Wait, so okay, if you build all this, do we get to like play? Like when I come over next time, do we get to like be like, no, I'm your father.
First of all, don't ever touch my fucking Legos, all right? Don't ever touch my fucking Legos. No,
I just want to take a little Chewy and just like just throughout your house for no damn reason. Oh my gosh, I will say Princess Leia had me fucking crying because she was like, and shut up this giant carpet. Damn, got a stray, Chewy.
Shut that giant carpet up.
Yeah, just shut that giant carpet up. I was like, Leia, chill. You just met him. Like, they just saved you, damn. She's like, things are getting me out. Now follow me.
But yeah, as you can see, that Lego set is $999.99. And unless I hit the lottery or this YouTube thing takes off, I don't have $1,000 to spend on toys.
This isn't a toy, you said. We can't play with it. This is like a piece of art.
I can play with it. You can watch me play with it. You can't play with it. You'll break it.
What?
You'll break it. I have the Millennium Falcon. You want to see the Millennium Falcon?
Let's see it. Oh gosh, hold on. Here, wait, hold on. Hold it to the side, sit down, and then put it into the screen, okay? Okay. All right, let's see it. Oh, that's what the kids are doing these days. What is it?
The blue that lights up and all that.
You said it's called the Millennium Falcon? Oh my! His little dish? Is that a little dish on there?
Yeah. It's his GPS thing.
Just trying to get through the galaxy.
It's the best, all right? Uh-oh.
I feel like a kid on Christmas. I feel like I'm just finding about Santa Claus.
Oh my god. Yeah, putting it together is my favorite part. Or you know what? Looking at it afterwards when I'm done and I'm just admiring it. When we do Back to the Future,
my favorite part might be like
DeLorean
that last few pieces when I know I'm about to finish.
I'll let you do those pieces.
And not that I've ever built a single Lego. I have no idea what this experience is like. I just assume the best part of it is being done with building it.
Dude, when we do Back to the Future and I bring out the DeLorean, you're going to shit yourself. The DeLorean
my gosh, okay.
First of all, the DeLorean is bigger than the Millennium Falcon. So, like, you can see, like, how big the Millennium Falcon is. Like,
no! Bigger?
Yeah, it's huge. Fuck you, dude.
Did you hear that, popcorn?
They fucking hate you. It's so cool. The wheels.
No, I
turn
think it's
out.
really cool. You know, I just love to roast you. I think it's your excitement makes me excited. So
those are my ratings. All right, in order: 4, 5, and 6, 8.2, 9, and 8.8.
Okay, and if you were to compare how Family Guy did bringing in their characters into that storyline,
it's chef's kiss.
Really, like
really
10 out of 10.
Yeah. And I mean, if you need me to rank each episode like individually,
oh yes, please.
So, man, it's so hard because they're all so quotable. You know what I mean? So like in the first, my favorite is like what. So one of my favorite lines is like in the first one when Luke and Hans and Chewbacca are like in the ship and like Luke's like practicing. You know what I mean?
Yep, yep.
And they're like busting his balls about whatever about him like learning how to use the Force, and like Luke goes, "You don't believe in the Force, do you?" And I don't know if it was Peter or Brian who goes, "Oh, you mean that thing you just found out about 3 hours ago?" No,
Yes, I remember this quote. I remember this quote.
Because it's really true. If you look at the movie, right? He jumps like he's like a reformed like he's like a reformed whore. You know what I mean? Like he goes from like not knowing that the Force even exists to like he gets told what the Force is, and he's like, I believe wholeheartedly. You know what I mean? Like no questions asked. He's like, I always knew there was something, and then like and then he gets on the ship like a few hours later, and he's with Hans and Chewbacca, and he's like busting their balls for like not believing in the Force, and like it's such a funny thing to point out. It's like you just found out about this an hour ago. Like we're not even an hour into the movie, and you're giving me shit for not believing in this thing you just learned about.
It's like when people finish the Bible. Like,
Dude, oh my god, it makes me laugh so hard. There's that scene, and then in the second one when he's like when Princess Leia or Lois is like, he's like, "You scruffy nerf herder," and this is a real quote from the actual movie. She calls him a nerf herder. I swear to God, that's a real quote from the movie. In Empire Strikes Back, he goes, "You scruffy little nerf herder," and he goes, "Who's scruffy looking?" And like it's like a cute moment, but like I always wonder, I was like, that sounds like such a dirty word, like nerf herder, you know what I mean? But in the Family Guy episode, he just punches her in the face. You don't get to use that word. That's our word. Only we can say it.
I cannot.
And then they're in the ship later. They're in the ship later on, and fucking Brian goes, "You're my nerf herder," and Peter goes, "You're my nerf herder." Like,
we're throwing that around forever now. You're my nerf herder.
That's a legitimate quote from the second movie.
So what do you rate it then, out of comedic timing and with the characters being?
Hold on, I gotta give you a quote from the.
Oh yeah, keep it coming, keep it going.
So in the third one, I think my favorite part is when the ship comes in, is like landing on Endor, and it's like, "Permission to land like a dainty butterfly," and he's like, "Permission granted," and he lands and he goes, "Ah, that was nice." Because it's a real scene, like he's like, but he doesn't say permission to land like a dainty butterfly.
I can't.
But that's a legitimate scene where like the ship comes in and lands, and like it does look like a dainty butterfly, and that part always makes me laugh. But or when Lois is like driving through, and she goes, "I think that this is it. I think I've finally gotten over the loss of my planet." Alderaan, and then the rock that was like part of the planet like hits her in the fucking head.
Bro,
I finally come to terms with the loss.
They
of
do
my whole
not make
planet.
Family Guy episodes like they used to.
They really don't. Although South Park is only gotten better with time.
South Park. We'll have to do a whole deep dive on. Just we should do like a comparison of like the last season of South Park, last season of Family Guy, and we could just talk randomly about different episodes and why they were better. But yeah. So let me hear what you have to think about Family Guy and ratings.
So for Family Guy, it's really tough because 1 and 2 are pretty tied for first place. So I almost want to put it in order of 4, 5, and 6, right? Of like New Hope. So it goes Blue Harvest, something, Dark Side, and then whatever the last one is. And like the first two are on the tip of my tongue because I just watched it. But I didn't watch the third one recently, so I can't remember the name. But yeah, it's super tough to rank them. Like, I think I need to say that it's.
Ooh, there's thoughts
I
going. I can see it buzzing.
I'm gonna have to say 4. It goes in order of 1, 2, and 3. It goes in order. 1 was the best, and like my favorite, like the opening of the second one is so funny because like every time the Star Wars episode starts, it's because the power goes out. And in the second one, the power goes out, and Stewie goes, "Where do we live? Iraq? This happens entirely too often."
I can't.
It's so fucking bad.
That's horrible.
Dude. But yeah, I rank them in order. You know what I mean? Like the first, second, and third are the first one's the best. You know what I mean? Second one, actually, the second one might actually be better than the first one. It might be. But they're so spot on.
Even better.
Yeah, but they're so like it's hard to rank them because they're so spot on to the originals. You know what I mean? Like, and they really point out shit that you're like, oh, I didn't think about that. You know,
or I didn't know, like the outfit.
Yeah, like that like I never noticed that Landau has Han's clothes on until I saw Family Guy. Which is like so bizarre that was a weird scene. Like, why did he? There was no need for him to change his clothes. His clothes were perfectly fine. Like and then to change your clothes into another
Han Solo.
Yeah, and to change your clothes into Han's clothes is even more bizarre. Like, but one of the things that when I was rewatching the movies this week. One of the things that I noticed that you don't see much in a lot of movies these days is that there's constantly music playing throughout the film.
Oh, what?
Yeah, there's constantly like theme music playing throughout the movie, and the funny thing about that is I should have noticed it a long time ago because Star Wars is one of those movies that I can hit play, and I don't have to be watching it to know what's happening. You know what I mean? Like I can picture the scene in my head, and so like I could literally like put it on the TV and then like go like start doing the dishes and sweeping and mopping or whatever. Like I can be cleaning the house and just have it playing like background noise. And like it's almost like I'm watching the movie in my head, and the only reason I can do that is because there's certain theme music for certain scenes. Like I don't need to be watching it to know that Darth Vader just entered the room, because every time Darth Vader enters the room,
has a dun, 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 dun.
Yeah, that music starts to play. You know what I mean? Like. Anytime you see like the rebel forces, they have a certain song. Like anytime there's something, or like anytime they're traveling through space, that there's a certain music. Like there's certain music throughout the like. Go back and watch a couple of scenes, or even when you go to watch the second or third one, you'll notice that there's music playing constantly. It's orchestra music. You know what I mean? Like almost like a pit band. Like when you're watching like a play, there's a pit band that's underneath the stage. So there's constantly theme music playing throughout the film, and I noticed that the other day. I thought it was interesting.
Something to take note of. Very interesting.
Yeah, actually, one of my buddies, from the army, when he got married, when like after they pronounced him man and wife or whatever, and they were walking, how they play music when they leave too?
Yeah, they're walking back down the aisle married. Yeah
when they were leaving, he played the Star Wars theme song, and it was great. We're like going nuts. We're like, wow, Star Wars.
Whoa, that's out of this world.
They're married.
We're married, and it's not my brother.
I hate you.
I'm sorry. I love this movie.
So yeah,
What do you
those
think,
are.
popcorn?
He thinks it's great because he has taste.
Boop, he loves it.
Yes. So those are my ratings. Darren, what's your rating for at least the first one?
Okay, I'm talking a lot of smack, but I actually didn't hate it. You know what I mean? I'll give it a six,
Okay.
6.5 on a good day.
Wow. All right. I accept that. I
Maybe I'll
accept
feel
it.
differently after watching the other two and seeing how the story unfolds a little more.
I would like to know what your ranking is of the second one at least. Because the second one's the best one. That's the one where the famous line it's like I'm your father, and everyone says Luke, I am your father. That's not the actual line. It's no, I'm your father.
That's also a Mandela effect, I hear.
Yeah, yeah. But it just sounds better. Luke, I am your father.
It should have been
Yeah.
that.
No, because well, like it wouldn't have gone right in the conversation. He's like, they're talking, and it's almost like Darth Vader's about to kill him, but he's like keeps trying to convince him to come to the dark side, and he's like, "Did Obi-Wan ever tell you what happened to your father?" He's like, Yes, he told me you killed him." He's like, "No, I'm your father." So it's like in the conversation.
Don't ruin it for me.
Shut up, dude.
I think if I watch the Family Guy episodes first, it'll help me follow the storyline. Honestly.
You'll honestly, like, since you watched the first one, go back and watch Blue Harvest, which is the first Family Guy Star Wars. You'll find it funnier now that you've seen it.
Okay, let's see. I guess we'll find out at the end of the month. So make sure you tune
Yes.
in to see that review.
Absolutely. All right, do we know what we're gonna do next week?
No, we didn't even talk about it. Do you want to pick? Why don't we pick a genre? How about we do this? I have an idea.
I'm
How about
listening.
you pick the genre, or I pick the genre, you pick the movie, or vice versa?
Um, okay. Yeah,
What do you
let
think
me
about
chew
that?
on that. Yeah, let me chew on that. I'll pick. We haven't done a chick flick, so let's do a chick flick.
Ooh, woo! Okay.
So many good ones to choose from.
There's a lot of good ones, like classic, early 2000s, new age.
It's dealer's choice. I pick the genre, so you can pick the movie, and then whatever movie you pick, you can be like, oh, and I picked this because it's from this era, this blah blah blah, like whatever.
I'm really, really tempted. I think I do. I think I know which one I'm gonna pick.
Is this
Hold on,
something
let
that
me
I'm
figure out what
absolutely
year
gonna
it came
hate?
out before I pick it because I want to hear what you think. Um, Hold on. Okay, this movie came out in 2002. It has got some really good cast members. In all stages of their career from back then. Um, some really good quotes out of it. Obviously,
Okay.
there's going to be some comedy that might be a little spicy because this is early 2000s, but you ready for it?
Do you want me to guess it?
Guess it.
All right, well, give me more than just
Okay.
early 2000s.
It was Rachel McAdams' opening role, I can tell you that. Like debut role.
Oh, Mean Girls. Is not Mean Girls?
I know, go figure, huh?
The
Like
Notebook?
debut role, like introducing.
So it's not The Notebook.
The
Rachel
hot
McAdams
chick.
did. Oh my God! Okay, that's yes, it's a chick flick, but that's not what I was thinking at all.
What were you
You
thinking?
you picked you picked like a guilty pleasure movie. You know what I mean?
I feel like that's like, okay. I was gonna say Mean Girls, another Rachel McAdams movie, because that's just classic. You know what I mean? We can do
Yes.
Mean Girls.
No. You put Hot Chick on the table. That's what we're gonna watch. Okay. This. It's me, Jessica. All right.
No.
So
We can't do the hot chick. We gotta do something different.
Why? What's wrong with the hot chick?
Okay. You twisted my arm.
It's such a stupid movie.
This movie doesn't get the recognition that it should.
Yeah, Rob Schneider seems to have that problem in his life.
Okay, let me just read you some of the cast in this movie. Or you know what? We can save it all for the next week.
Save it. I'm a little disappointed that you probably didn't have any time to do any research on Star Wars since you were so busy falling asleep to it.
No, yeah,
I know
really
it's
gotta do
directed
this
by
for.
George Lucas. You did know what year it came out, so I'll give you credit for that. I will say that Rotten Tomatoes ranked A New Hope at 94%. So,
Wow.
yeah, it's an incredible movie, and even though Darian's ranking was insultingly low, we won't. It's Star Wars isn't for everybody, all right? It's for nerds like me and hopefully some of you guys. But definitely join us next week when we talk about chick flicks, more specifically, the hot chick.
Actually, wait, I want to change it though, for real.
Okay, all right.
Okay, because I just looked up IMDb top 100. Okay, and we're just
Okay.
gonna pick right off the top. Same year, 2002, A Walk to Remember.
You're gonna make me watch that fucking movie. All right, we'll do it.
That's a real chick flick. You didn't want to
That's
do guilty pleasure chick flick. You want to do real chick flick? That's a real chick flick.
That is 100% a real chick flick. I'll give you that. Yeah, 100%. That's a real chick flick.
So,
That's
and
an OG
that's
chick
definitely
flick.
guy. So, oh my gosh, I'm be okay. Can't wait.
All right. Well, Darian, please lead us out.
All right. Well, thank you guys for joining in on listening to JardoFett. Get into the details on Star Wars. We're gonna review it at the end of the month. My passion for it's a little lacking, so we're gonna make sure we get back to you on that, give you a real review on it with both our feedback. So please join us next week on Popcorn and Opinions as we review A Walk to Remember.
Yes, thank you so much, Darian. Please like and subscribe, and we'll see you next week.
We'll see you next time.